Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Stone Ocean Part 3 episode number 14 reaction, and this is the season finale. And yeah, the previous episode, it was one of the craziest episodes we've ever seen. So what happens by the end is Pucci is able to defeat Hermes, Jolene, Anasui, everyone, like just defeats them using his crazy power and tries to get Emporio. However, Jolene almost at the end kind of takes Emporio away, ties him to a dolphin, and stalls Pucci down so that Emporio can become the new hope of the future generation. And he goes, and the speed of the earth increases into so much speed that everything like melts together, and everything kind of melted together into the same thing. And this is not something that I'm completely sure, but I feel like what happened there is that time went back for earth only, because earth was only moving at a fast speed, and like if you go faster than the speed of light, you're going to go back in time. So that's just my guess as to what happened, because the next thing that we see is that they're back in the prison, a few like a few back in time. They're back in prison, back in time, something like that is going on. And Emporio and all the other people who were naked at that moment, they were not affected. They were obviously people from that world, that parallel world or whatever. But now that they're in this world, I'm guessing we're going to meet the characters again, like Jolene, Jotaro, Pucci, all of them will be here again, because this is back in time. So I'm not exactly sure what's going on, but yeah, we're going to watch it anyways, so I'm sure I'll get to know what's going on. But this is just my guess. This is because of because they went faster than the speed of light, they went back in time. This is just a guess. Let me see if I'm correct or not. Either way, let us begin. Let's see how this ends. I'm curious as to how this is going to end. Okay, episode 14, let us begin. I'll be putting the subtitles and the timer here, synced whichever is your preference, and let's get started. Right, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. All right. Okay. Oh, here we go. There you go. They're here. So they did when going back in time. What about the actual Emporio in this world? Wait, what the hell is up with Jotar? What's up with their faces? Ah, ha! That's not Jotaro. Who's that? Wait, is this really the parallel world? Oh my god! Jotaro's not like this. Come on, what do you did to our Jotaro? Parallel world. I knew it. Back in time, parallel world. Oh boy, Pucci's here. Wait. Oh, Jolene's the knife. It got him in his eye. I cannot. Please. What is this, Jotaro? Yeah. Wait. What? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Ah. Oh wait. So it did not go back in time, but we went. Okay. Also, so we're back in another. Oh my god. Ah, this is the next universe. Yeah, this is some other person. This is okay. Yeah, they're dead. Uh, okay, wow. All right. Okay, I was wrong. Yeah, I was wrong. Okay. I thought this actually when they went back in time because they went faster than the speed of light. The Earth's time went back. However, their time didn't go back because they were not speeding up. Earth was speeding up. So I thought it sped up so fast and then it went back in time because it crossed the speed of light. And we went back in time. However, it's not that complicated. It's very simple. They just sped so quickly that the whole universe ended and another universe started popped up where they got transferred to, because they were in stationary, they were stationary, they weren't speeding up, the human beings. So people who died, they died, but people who were still alive, oh, we see their faces now. Oh my god, what the um whoa. They did this again. They always do this at the ending episode. Oh my god. Okay, so yeah, like I said, they just went forward. That's it. That's a very simple explanation. I'll talk about it in the discussion section. Oh boy. I'm sorry. I cannot. This Jotaro is so weird. Yeah, it's fate. So wait, all the universes go through the same thing? Ah, necessity, not chance. What about the Emporio in this world? And he knows what they're going to do because this already repeated. History repeat. What about the Pucci in this world? Wait, what the? Wait, how do they know? Is he one of the old humans? Is he one of the old humans? No, probably not. No, 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 no. They're part of this world. Who is this Pucci? Show your eye. Show your eye. Okay, this is the R Pucci. They called him priest, so the Pucci in this world exists. They're just repeating. Wow. Okay. Fine. Yeah. Yeah. Uh. A Big Bang, okay. Another new universe is created. And it repeats. Yeah. And they were stationary, so they weren't affected. How did the world change? The universe changed. Oh my god, so they're dead. Yo, the Jotaro is funny. Oh boy, yeah, they're gone. My god. Hmm. Yeah. Okay. And he knows all the answers. You remember him asking that why do people meet? Why are they good? Why are they bad? In this world, he knows everything and he has all the answers. He got his answer. He reached heaven. There you go. Really? I guess, but I don't know. It's also constant, like, stress. I feel like, yeah, yeah. Why? I don't think so, Bucci. I don't know. I can understand what he's saying, but oh, okay. Oh no. What now? Okay. No, I feel like that's also what the. Oh my god. Hey! Yeah, like we've seen him come out of that crack multiple times before, you know, in the other world. So, yeah, exactly, because history repeats itself. That'll repeat, okay. Before the acceleration starts. Oh, okay, he goes in. All right. Wait, what? Oh! Weather reports. I forgot about that completely. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, that's what. Okay. Oh, damn. Oh, he's fast forward. Wait, what? What's going on? What's happening? Oh wait, is history repeating this? Oh, this. No, no, wait. This. This is what exactly happened before he fell down. You know? No, no. What's going on? Okay. Oh, oxygen is the most one. Okay. But if you have more of it, yeah, it cannot. Highly toxic. Okay. And this is interesting. They're in a room. That is why he can do it. Confined space. Okay. But he's also being affected by the same thing. Ah, you caused your own demise. Yeah. Yeah. Well, unfortunate. Okay, one thing I need to talk about later on. I don't understand a specific part of his plan. I'll talk about it later. Oh boy. Well, yeah. Oh, here we go. You're gonna get a lot of beating now. Oh, wait, what? What's going on? Green don't filter it on. Wait, did time accelerate again? What's going on? That's Hermes, isn't it? It's Hermes, yeah. It's a different Hermes, isn't it? It's a different Hermes. Come on, show your face. No, wait. It is the same Hermes, but she's a little bit different. She's a lot more like. Okay, everything has changed. She's not a prisoner anymore. Ah! Honestly! Wait, so Jolene and everyone will be here? Oh, sister is alive. Her sister is alive. And wait, were they able to stay alive because they saw what's going to happen? Jolene! Yes! Wait, where's Jotaro? I. Anakis? Irene Anakis. We are? Wait, this brother and sisters? Oh, okay. Oh! Wow! Anasui, or Anakis finally got his. The star is still there. Oh, it's here. Not here, but. Well, wow. Oh, wow. This was a. I was not expecting the ending to be this wholesome. Like, obviously, the original people are gone, but still. Oh my god, is that weather? Weather! Oh, wait, the music. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah, there you go. Okay, wait, what about Foo Fighters? Oh, I guess Foo Fighters never really existed in that way since she was like a plankton, like, school of plankton. So, but the original Foo Fighters, the girl, I forgot her name. This song. Wow, that's a throwback. So yeah, like I was saying, the original Foo Fighters, the person, I forgot her name. She's still alive, I'm guessing. However, the school of plankton that is Foo Fighters is also alive, but it's a school of plankton, I'm guessing. We're going back. We're going across all the different. There you go. We're going across all the whole journey that the Joestar family went through. There we go. We're in the desert. Okay. It's- and there you go. Anarchist. Wait, what was her name? Irene. Yeah, Irene, Anarchist, and wow. Is that it? Yeah. Whoa. Okay. Well, I was not expecting this. Like, okay. Wow, a lot of things happened here. And okay, let me talk about it one after. There's a few things I still don't understand. I'll talk about it, and if you guys can properly explain to me, let me know in the comments. Or maybe I myself will realize if I look at it again. Let me see. Okay, first of all, the first thing that I had I kind of thought that is going to go in this direction was that I thought, like I explained, the Earth went faster than the speed of light. That is why it went back in time, and that's why this happened. Now there's a big difference between that and what actually happened. So that would make the Earth go back in time, and we would maybe it's going to branch off in a parallel world, and we're going to go back in time. However, the Jolene, Jotaro, everyone would be the same Jolene, Jotaro that we know. If the theory that I said in the previous episode and this episode at the beginning, that Earth went back in time, but Emporio didn't go back, that is why he's still there. So if that was actually what happened, then this is one of the biggest difference that it would have from what actually happened. So what would happen is that we would just merely go back in time, maybe in a parallel world. Even if it's a parallel world, still it would be the same Jolene, same Jotaro, same, all of them would be same. But that's not what happened. What actually happened is that we actually went opposite. We did not go back in time, but we went way further in time, and we once went so far in the time that the universe got destroyed, and another universe created, and Pucci kind of slowed down the time again, so that he can take care of Emporia. And when he slowed down the time, it was that exact time. So the time when Jotaro came to visit Jolene was here in the original timeline, but then this universe ended over here, and then we went back through the same amount of time to reach that specific timing and stop. So if we went back in time, it would be the same Jolene, same Jotaro, but since it's a different universe and like a completely brand new universe and a completely brand new timeline, the Jotaro, Jolene, and everyone here are different from the original one. They're not the same person. That is the biggest difference here, from my theory and in this theory, what happened. So okay, so basically what happened, this universe got destroyed, another universe got created, and everything is repeating itself kind of, and Pucci merely stopped time over there so that he could take care of Emporio. That's all. Okay, that's the thing that I understand. All right, let me talk about the episode now. First of all, Emporio is is realizes he's here, and it took me a while to understand what's going on. When we hear that Jolene and Jotaro is kind of quarreling with each other, the first person they show us is Jolene, and her face was shown in a side, in a sideway manner. So I was like, all right, that's Jolene. because Jolene didn't really change that much if you don't properly, like, like look at her. If you don't properly pay attention to her, yeah, Jolene kind of looks kind of the same. However, if you properly look at her, you realize her eyes are a little bit more, like, what can I say? Like a little bit more fiercer. I don't know if that's like a word, but her, usually her eyes are a lot more like, like, I don't know, like a lot more calmer. But here she's like there's like ferocity in her eyes. Not only that, I realized it later on, but she also has a tattoo here of a spider or whatever the hell. So yeah, I did not realize that at the beginning. So at first I thought this is the same Jolene, and I'm like, oh, they're back. Then they shift to Jotaro. I'm like, wait a minute, who's this man? This is not Jotaro. So who's this? Is like some middle-aged old man. What the hell? Who is this? And then I realized, like, nah, these are other different people. These are not the same people. And this guy, this Jotaro, whatever, I don't know, maybe, I don't know what his name is, whatever his name is. He's like, calm down, I've always thought of, yeah, this is definitely not Jotaro. He's like sweating and everything. He's like, oh, calm down, I've always thought of you. And Jolene is like, that's a blatant lie, it's too late to play father figure now. Now leave. And Jotaro's like, oh, I'm so sad, my daughter doesn't accept me. He's like looking down. And Emperor's like, who are these two? They look so similar. Yeah, exactly. And yeah, here we can see that Jolene's dress is also kind of different. There's like a wasp. That's not a spider, never mind, I thought that was a spider. There's a wasp on her dress and her tattoo, and you can see her face is also a little bit different. And Jotaro's just confused about the whole scene. Okay, so no, sorry, Emperor is confused about that whole thing. So he's thinking, what's going on now? Like, what year am I? And here Pucci comes in and explains the situation. He just barges in, and Jotaro's like, what is going on here? Even if it's a feast, they're not allowed, and just Pucci just smashes him in the ground. Okay, so like he said, Emporio says, like he says that did time rewind. Like I said, I also had that impression, but as soon as I saw this is going on, I was like, okay, so what's going on? Is this because it's a parallel world that, they're looking like this? But like I said, it is a not parallel world, I guess, a different universe. However, we did not go back in time, we went further in time. So these guys are in no way, any way related to the Jolene Jotaro we know. It's like completely two different person with two different set of souls. And Pucci explains that. Pucci is like, it's the contrary. We leapt through time to the ultimate time beyond the acceleration. We went beyond the end of universe, and the ending of one universe brings about the beginning of the next. This is an inevitable truth, and in the forthcoming universe, the earth is created and living things experience a life similar to the previous. The human race went beyond the end and now faces the dawn of a new star. This is the new world made in heaven has promised. Okay, so interesting. So basically what he's saying is that every universe that ends, a new universe is created. Obviously everyone knew that. However, this is an interesting thing that he says is that people go through the same thing that they went through. I doubt that is true. I don't think so. Like, how is it possible to have something like that happening? Like, like the same people will be born there, the same amount in the same time period. It's not possible. So I'm pretty sure this is like a made-up thing in JoJo's. Obviously, like it's fiction. Obviously, I doubt anyone knows what happens when a universe ends. Like these are all speculations, or these are all just like theories we have that, oh, universe ends, new universe gets created. There's no proof of that. Like, even if there is proof of that, we still haven't experienced that on our own, so we don't know what might happen. And so the fact that like a new universe is created and the same people are born in the same amount of time, same portion of time, and they go through the same thing, that's a very far-fetched theory. I doubt that happens, because it's kind of impossible. But obviously this is, this is JoJo's we're talking about, so I'm pretty sure this is like a tweaked version of maybe like, the original theory or whatever. I'm sure there is a theory like this, that yeah, universe ends, new universe creates, new life comes in. I'm pretty sure that happens. But this thing, I feel like it's like a tweaked version, like, like where Pucci says like, oh, people go through the same thing, like basically here, like it's the same time period and we have the same, like, obviously they're different people, but they look the same, kind of the same. So they're like kind of the same type of people. So Pucci says like this is what happens, and that is why here people will have like a clairvoyant type of an ability where they realize what might happen in the future, because they already went through that. The people who came from the old world to this world, they will have that ability. So okay, interesting. Anyways, enough about that. So Pucci says like there's no Jolin Kujo in this world. Neither are there Jotaro, Anasui, or Hermes. Even their souls cease to exist. The dead cannot be brought over. Those who lost their lives during the time acceleration have been weeded out of the cycle. I left behind all my enemies in the prior universe, except for you. So he's like, yeah, I'm going to take care of you now. I slowed down the time here for now. So there you go. Okay, so one thing I'm kind of curious about. So what did he... So I don't understand one thing. So what was he planning to do? Was he like planning to keep this fast forward go on and on and on and keep universe like, like the universe, keep it resetting until all the old humans are just weeded out, and then when they'll have like a new set of humans in the world, then he'll stop time like in a normal way, and then he'll let time go in a normal way. I think that was what he's planning, wasn't he? Because he explains it. He says that I stopped it here because I wanted to take you out. That is why he stopped the time here. After he takes him out, he had the plan to again restart the fast forward thing, because he says that unless and until that happens, his made in heaven won't be completed. The Pucci in this world, he needs to do that, otherwise it won't happen. He says something like that. This is the part that I don't understand. What I don't understand is that his power is completed, isn't it? His made in heaven. Why does he need the Pucci of this world to complete his made in heaven? I don't understand that part. Like, what's the point? I read that part. This part is a little bit confusing me, I feel like. Anyways, okay, let me go to the next section. So here we go. He says that this world, this universe has been through the same history as part of the prior world. It will remain in the same course. Fate is brought on by necessity, not chance. Interesting statement, he says. He says fate is brought on by necessity, not chance. So basically what he's saying that like necessity is something that is going to make fate tick, not chance. So fate is not random. Fate is brought out by necessity, and necessity will be the same throughout the world at every period of time. Like, like necessity, but you know what, not necessarily. Okay, I can understand what he's saying. So basically what he's saying is like, since fate is not brought out by chance, if it was like randomized, then everything that's happening here would be random. There would be no Anasui or Pucci or Jotaro or Jolene over here. They won't be here. This would be like a different universe with a completely different set of people doing different things, something like that. Like fate would not, like, and the whole thing would not repeat itself if fate was brought on by chance. Since fate is not brought on by chance but necessity is constant throughout, and every era of time, or every era or period of time, like the people that are born there, they would have the same type of necessity. It'll be kind of constant, and since the necessity in itself is a constant factor, fate will just repeat itself and repeat the same path that it went through in the previous universe. So not everything won't be randomized. We'll just repeat the same thing because it's brought on by necessity, not by chance. I can understand what he's trying to say here. Okay, interesting. So he says now you're going to try to go find refuge in your room. I'm talking about your old secret room. Okay, all that. So yeah, he knows what's going to happen. So he's like, oh, you're going to do this, and I'm going to catch you. Your next actions are written in your destiny. And yeah, Emporio tries to run away, goes through the crack, and so he's like, yeah, I need to go somewhere other than the ghost room. Now we suddenly see these two guards. Okay, Emporio says like, oh, they're going to trip. That guard who was naked before, you remember that guard? He's part of the old world. He stops and he's like, oh, we'll trip over. While the other guard, who's part of this world, he's like, what are you saying? What the hell are you talking about? While the other guard from the old world, he's like, oh, if we keep running in this direction, we'll trip over ourselves horribly. So the other guard doesn't know what's going on because he's part of the new world, and the guard part of the old world, he knows because he went through that, and it's like a premonition or like a clairvoyant type of an thing going on. He understands what might happen, but he doesn't have any clue why he knows that type of thing. He's like, oh, that's odd. Why did I think of that? So there you go. All the people from the old world who are here alive, they have this ability now. Okay, all right, so he's like, oh, what's going on? I know they're going to trip. Pucci comes in, and okay. All right, so here Emporio comes to realization after listening to Pucci's word. He says that I've read in a book once how the universe begins and ends. Now he talks about the whole Big Bang thing, from the moment it's born, the universe infinitely expands, but at a certain point in time, it begins to contract like a stress ball being squeezed. There's a point of singularity where it no longer can contract. That marks the end of the universe. The force leads to a Big Bang, forming a brand new universe. Okay, did we come from our world to this one? Okay, so we see it's like a little chart. We travel through Earth's history at an incredible speed and came back to the same place. So there you go. So what he's saying is like the universe kind of goes in a circle. In this part, the universe has been created. It expands up until this part. Then it contracts. No, up until this part, then it contracts and reaches the singularity. Big Bang happens, and then again we're back to the normal universe again, and it's going to do the same thing again. We're in a cycle, repeating everything over and over again. And they were constant human beings in that infinite cycle of repeating a universe. So when the universe is born and when it's destroyed, so the cycle went through a huge speed. However, they were not going through that speed, they were constant. So basically what happened, Emporio, who was here in this cycle, the cycle just went quickly and came back to this place. However, he was constant, so he stayed here. That's why he's back in the same place again. However, the universe is different because it has changed. We went through a complete cycle, new universe was born, and there you go. That's what's happening. Not only Emporio, but the people who are alive at this point from the old world, they went through the same thing. So basically what's happening is, since we went through all the things that happened in the world, our brain knows about it, and it's basically coming back to us as deja vu, and we do know what's going to happen. We have like a preconceived notion of, oh, this might happen today, this might happen later on, and all that, basically like a superpower. We have these things. Not all people, but the people who are alive from the old world, they are the only ones who will have this power. Okay, here we go. But not everybody made it. Those who lost their lives during the time acceleration have been weeded out of the cycle. There you go. No, he kind of realizes that Jolene and everyone is dead. He's alone now, and he's running away from Pucci. Okay, now let me read this part again. Pucci explains a little bit more about this whole situation. I'm still not sure. Okay, blessed are those who leapt through time. Okay, they've experienced everything that is to come. and have arrived in this new universe. All right, this is the world where fate is predestined. Fate will repeat itself when people meet. It's like gravity. Fate dictates one to meet another. Okay, I understand what he's trying to say. So basically he's saying like people will meet each other just like they met each other in the previous world, because like people have like fate has okay, what does he actually say here? Just a minute. Fate, when people meet, it's like gravity. Fate dictates one to meet another. And since fate is repeating itself, we're going to repeat the same cycle. We'll be meeting the same people we met in the previous world as well. This is a very interesting version of what like time what's it called, like what's going to happen in the future and all that. I've seen so many different like theories and everything about what will happen if someone goes back to time but goes forward in time. But this is not the same thing. If I think about it, this is a completely new universe. What we've always seen is like like how people go back in time and they change something, and the whole like world gets branched into a parallel world, and we have different like outcomes. That happens, if you think about it in this like Pucci's theory, that happens because it's only in one universe it's happening. We don't go beyond the scope of one universe. However, this is a completely different universe. So what he's saying is that we might be able to change future in one universe, if you go back in time and go in future. However, the whole universe's time is just going to repeat itself in the next universe, because fate dictates one to meet one another, and we're going to just repeat everything. It's not that we're going back in time or we're going back in future in one universe. We're literally changing universes, like a whole set of universe we're changing from an old universe to a new universe. So that's like completely different. Like I don't think in any anime we have like dealt with this type of a time travel, I guess you could say, call this. But I don't think we've dealt with the time travel at this scale in any anime. Like we've seen obviously there's a lot of anime dealing with time travel. Like Steins Gate is like one of the most like prominent and popular ones, and it's the in Steins Gate their version of time travel makes the most sense of all the other animes that I've seen. It is very like it has a lot of like theories and everything, and it really makes sense. So even in Steins Gate, we've dealt with one universe only. We just go back and forth in one universe, like yeah, inside that universe everything happens. There's different timelines, different world lines as they call it, different parallel worlds, everything in one little universe. We don't go beyond that scope. Everything's happening in that universe only, and we are confined to that. However, this is not that. This is a completely different set of universe, which is like even at a bigger scale if you think about it. So this is completely different, and whatever Pucci's saying, there is a possibility that it's actually happening that way. Like he says, everything's going to repeat itself. Not necessarily in the because it's not the same universe. It's another universe, but it's just going to repeat itself, and everything's going to go the same way. The people might be different a little bit, However, it will be a different set of souls, different set of people. However, most of it will be the same, like how we meet each other, how everything is going to go. And yeah, and people will have a since they'll go through the same process, they'll know what's going to happen. Okay, for example, what lies 5 years in the future? Having gone through the accelerated time, we will know what will happen. Okay, when do accidents happen and when do we fall ill? When will our life end? When do we meet and when do we part? When and who do we love and hate? When do we have children and what lies in their future? Okay. When do wars break out and when does a new era begin? As if watching a movie, the future events play out in our minds, so shall it be for our children and their posterity. The time acceleration started at Cape Carnival. Every living being that lived through this acceleration can recall the future. It won't be with their mind or body, but with their soul. And that is the itself is the meaning of that happiness, because now we can prepare for the future. Blessed are those who are prepared. One thing I still don't understand, what about the people in this world? We'll have two sets of people. We'll have two Emporio, two Pucci. What about them? Like, I can understand what Pucci is saying, you know. He's basically saying like, oh, everyone who will be alive, you know, like they'll go through the same, you know, like same process. That is why they'll know what's going to happen. For example, let's just think about this. For example, let's say that like this amount of people were alive after the time, like, you know, like accelerated, and they are in this new world, and they're like this new bunch, like, you know, like in the new generation humans who have the ability to kind of understand what's going on and what might happen, you know. And that's what Pucci is saying, that is happiness, this and that. I can understand all of that. What about the original inhabitants of this world? There'll be two Puccis, two Emporio, and everyone who's alive in the old world, there'll be a duplicate of them. What will they do with them? I don't understand that part. What's the plan with, like, okay, that's one thing I'm not understanding here. What does he plan to do with them? I can understand his like, you know, theory, what he's trying to do here. I can understand what he's trying to say, but what about them then? I don't know. Okay, now he says, one may say that to learn of bleak future will bring despair. I say otherwise. Now this is something that I heavily disagree with. In no way, if you know what's going to happen, if you know that you're going to die after 10 years or something, you know, like he says that you can prepare. I understand that, but only people with huge amounts of self, like, you know, like what's that word, self-confidence, self, like, you know, like a who are extremely strong from their heart, only they will be able to do something like that. What Pucci is saying, like, oh, if you know when you're going to die, you can prepare yourself for it. Only people with the strongest of heart, strongest of, I don't know, like have a lot of self-confidence and everything, they will be able to do something. People who are, like, you know, like not that good at dealing with stuff like this, they'll freak out throughout their whole life. They'll be counting days as to when they'll die. Like they'll be like, oh my god, after 10 years this day I'm going to die, and they'll be thinking of that thing each and every day, and they'll probably go mad in a few years, like every day thinking about your impending death. I don't know. I feel like that's going to happen as well. But anyways, that's something for the future, you know. We shouldn't think about it now. That's like a whole speculation, what might or might not happen. That's something that I don't want to discuss about, because yeah, Pucci, I can understand Pucci being like, oh yeah, sure, I'll die tomorrow, but I can prepare for it. But not everyone will have that positive attitude. They'll freak out every day thinking, oh, like, you know, like 2 years later in this day I'm going to die. Oh my god, what's going on, what will happen? And they'll be all depressed and everything. And this thing, I can see a lot of people going through this. Anyways, that's not the point here. I can understand what Pucci is trying to say here. I do understand. But there you go. There's a few things that I'm still not so clear about, especially the whole thing with the duplicates. What about the duplicate people? What about the original Emporio in this world? What will he do? You know, we have two Emporios now. What's going to happen now? That's one thing I don't understand. Okay. He says, should you die tomorrow, the mere knowledge of what is to come brings peace. I don't know, Pucci. I don't think that's how it works. It's not going to bring you peace. It's going to make you more depressed. Preparation overcomes despair. Humanity will evolve. Okay, this is a part of heaven that you and I sought to achieve. Okay. Okay, this is made in heaven. All right. Emporio falls down. I'm reading this part because I'm trying to understand what, like, this is a thing. I feel like I've understood like 80% of his plan and what he's trying to do. But this is like lingering 20%, which I'm not able to properly understand. Like, for example, that part. What about the duplicate people? The people of this original world, what will they do? You know, there'll be two people, two sets of people now. That part, and there's a few other things I still don't understand. I'll talk about it. So Emporio is trying to bring out the gun is not here. He's running away, and he's like, okay, I shouldn't go in the right direction because there's a ghost room. I should go in the other direction. And you know, he tries to you know, surpass fate, kind of like, go beyond it. But on the other direction, there's like a mob thing, smacks him on the head, falls down on the place where he usually comes out from that crack. He comes out of that crack most of the time from the ghost room, so he's there. So Pucci here explains how even if it's not the same way, but fate is kind of repeating itself again. He's back to that place where he can go through into that room. So even though he did not turn right, he turned left, but the result was him going back to the same place. So that's what he's saying, like, you cannot escape fate here. It is definitely going to happen the way it happened. Okay, so some details may vary, there you go, but you cannot change fate. Okay, your only option is to escape to the crack. I can spare your life. Okay, he says, suppose I spare your life and you go off on your way. Eventually you will stand against me. There you go. That is what he doesn't want. That is the distant future. I must eliminate you here and now. Even without Jolene, you'll break out of here, because that's what happened. It's in the fate. Fate dictates that I'll lose you at Cape Canaveral. Okay, but here in the prison, before the acceleration starts, I know exactly what you'll do. Yeah, because he also went through all. He knows what he's going to. Okay, this is before he's going to lose him. That's why he's trying to clear the job before that happens. Interesting. I can understand why he stopped exactly at this position of time, because like he said, this is the small amount of time that he know what Emporio was doing. So that's why he stopped here, because he's in front of him and he can defeat him now. If he stopped the time way later, after the time acceleration starts, Emporio will vanish. And so that is why he can't do that. If he does that, he'll lose Emporio forever, and Emporio will come and stand against him somewhere down the future and stop him again. Okay, I understand now. This is my chance to eradicate an opposing force. Hence I slowed down the time on this date. There you go. Prepare to meet your end. Okay, so alright, I kind of understand now what's going on. So that is exactly why he stopped here. Okay. Okay. And that is why he was like, trying to hurry up this thing before the time acceleration starts again, because once the time acceleration starts, he'll lose Emporio again, and no way he will be able to bring him back and defeat him before that happens. And that's why he was okay. I can understand now. Like, I was thinking of a different thing. I was thinking like, why is he waiting for the time acceleration to start again? Why is he trying to do this all before that? Is there a significance to that? No, the significance is basically that if that starts, Emporio he'll just lose Emporio and he won't be able to get him. This is the amount of time that he knows where Emporio is. That's why he's trying to do the job here in this amount of time before the acceleration starts. Okay, I understand that. So he tries to attack Emporio. Emporio just goes into the crack, and she remembers all of like what Jolene told him and everything, and he goes in through the crack. And I genuinely forgot about weather report stand. I actually forgot. So we see he got hit a little bit. I think using that opportunity, he inserted a disc. Okay. Okay, let me see. He explains it here. Fate is predestined and cannot be changed. Then I'll let you change my fate. Okay. Your arm inserted it into my head when you punched me into the crack. So there you go. So when he punched him, that is the opportunity he took to insert the disc, because he won't be able to insert it on his own. He needs the ability of Pucci to do that. Alright, makes sense. So weather report is inside of him. When you killed Weather, he extracted his ability weather report in a disc. So both of them kind of did the same thing. When Pucci killed Weather, since he was probably touching Weather while he was killing him, like when punching him or something like that he was doing, he used that opportunity, that contact between both of them, he used that to extract the disc, out of him. And here Empo used the same way to insert the disc again when he was touching him, to insert the disk. Otherwise, he won't be able to do it. This is Pucci's ability, to take out disk and insert disks. So there you go. Now, he talks about how Jolene gave this to him. So this is basically like a faith, like a that has been given to him. Where's that part? She gave me this disc. Okay. Jolene wanted me to have it. Okay, she gave me this disc. All right. So they start fighting, and Pucci says like you won't be able to properly attack me using Weather's abilities. Because yeah, you need to practice it. Like Emporio, it was Weather. That's why he was able to use it. You won't be able to use it this quickly. So I'll be defeating you before that. And then he starts increasing time again, like advancing time, because he need his ability. He needs his ability back, which is quickly going through time, because now he's he's fighting in normal speed. Time is not accelerating, so he uses time acceleration again to quickly go behind him. And okay, he tries to attack him, but here's the thing. Since time is accelerating fast, he was the oxygen, he was saturating the place with oxygen, and that is why it would have taken a lot amount of time to completely saturate the place if time was going at normal speed. Since time was going at faster speed, the saturation happened quicker, and that fast Pucci was affected by it. Not only Pucci, Emporio was also affected by it. So there you go. He kind of explains what he did. So oxygen is a prevalent toxin that surrounds living organisms. Yes, living beings need oxygen to live, but it cannot surpass 40% saturation, which is true. Pure oxygen is highly toxic, and that is exactly why what's that called? The air that we breathe, like the air that we have is I think how much, I forgot the exact. I've learned all of this in my school a lot early before, and I've probably forgotten it. I think like 70% nitrogen, 20% oxygen, 3% carbon dioxide, and 7% other gases. Is that the... I remember the pie chart. We used to have a pie chart with how much oxygen and how much nitrogen we have. It's something like that. I do remember oxygen being like, was it 20 or was it 30%? I don't remember. Anyways, it's something like that, close to that. So that is why the air that we breathe in does not have pure oxygen in it, and that's why we're able to stay alive, which is true. So as it says, more than 40% highly toxic, in no way will be able to survive, and that's what he did. Organisms will die if they are exposed to it. In higher concentrations, oxygen causes steel to rust within seconds. It causes fire to combust, robs human cells of electrons, destroys the blood, body organ systems one at a time. Inhale pure oxygen, your limbs will become paralyzed. You lose the ability to stand. Veins in the eyes will burst, causing blindness. Acceleration of time is irrelevant. I would actually say the acceleration of time actually helped out in this case, because he needed time to saturate the place with oxygen. A little amount of time. Since time started going faster, it happened quicker, and it was able to affect him way quicker than you could have ever expected. Okay. Weather report is an ability that manipulates weather. I was already filling this room with pure oxygen. Gradually, you lose consciousness. Pure oxygen will seep into your organs. Okay, there you go. And he's like, "Oh, you pesky brat," I love how weather, Emporio kind of says like, "You are the one who stole the memories of weather. You're the one who awakened the power along with the snail metamorphosis. You're the one who caused your demise," which is true. Obviously, if he didn't do that, I guess Emporio wouldn't be able to do this. Gravity brings one to another. You cannot cut this force out of this life. And now Pucci is like, "Oh, what are you doing? Don't make me do this. I finally attained the will of God." I love how he does this. He did this same thing to Weather as well when he was getting defeated. He was like, "Oh, stop it, Weather! I'm your brother. I want the best for you. Not only you, but I want the best for all the humans." And then when he realizes it's like no use, they're not going to listen. He gets pissed off, and he's like, "Oh, you little." That's what he does here again. He's like, "Oh, what are you doing? Don't do this. It's the will of God. It's God's will that I use this ability. With the beginning of the new universe, humanity can be saved at last. In this world, we haven't changed Cape Carnival. When I acquired time, okay, here, this part. When I've acquired time acceleration, made in heaven is still incomplete. I will gladly offer my life after Cape Carnival. If I die, oh, I understand what he's trying to say here. I was so confused here. I was like, why is he talking about this world's Pucci? This was Pucci's ability. Why is he talking about that? His ability is complete. Why does he need this was Pucci's ability then? I understand why he's saying that. He's saying that if I die after that, it'll be fine. Because this was Pucci will continue my work. That's what he's saying, I think. And that is why he's saying that, oh, don't kill me before this world's Pucci completes his ability. Because if Emporio does that, if Emporio kills Pucci of the old world before the Pucci of the new world is able to complete the ability, this time acceleration won't be able to happen again. The old Pucci will die, and yeah, it won't happen. However, if the new Pucci is able to complete the power and then the old Pucci dies, it wouldn't matter because the new Pucci will just continue his work and he'll be able to continue it. And that's why he's saying everything I've accomplished will be undone if he kills him now. I understand it now. I was so confused here. I was like, why does he need this world's Pucci's ability to complete? Because his ability is completed now. Why does he need this world's? But yeah, I understand. The fact that he's going to die, he's saying that, yeah, kill me after that. Don't do it before that. Otherwise, what I've done will be, like all I've accomplished will be undone, And that's what he's afraid of. He's not afraid to die. He's afraid that his work that he's accomplished will go to, will all be undone if this happens. Okay. I understand now. This part I was a little bit confusing me, and I think I understand. Correct me if I'm wrong. Okay. You will change humanity's fate, then people will no longer know what will happen in the future, and they won't be able to prepare for the inevitable. Remember, preparation brings true happiness. I refuse to die here. Okay. Alright, so Emperor says you have been defeated. I love how Pucci gets pissed off. He's like, stop talking, child. You don't know anything about this. Emperor's like, you've been defeated by Jolene, who's sent me here, and all the others who have sent me here. Walking the path of justice is fate itself. And he says like you have been defeated by them who don't know what's going to happen in the future. And yeah, here Pucci gets pissed off. He's like, stop spewing nonsense as if you understand. And then yeah, he punches him and he dies. Does the whole aura or whatever you call it. This is Weather's ability, so this is not aura. Whatever. He does that. And okay, now this part, can you please let me know what happened here? I'm guessing he killed Pucci, so did everything revert back? Please let me know about this part because I don't understand this part. I think like what I'm guessing is, as Pucci said, that if you kill me before my ability is completed in this world, all my things that I've done will be undone because the new world's Pucci's ability is not complete, so he won't be able to do the time acceleration thing, and the old world's Pucci is dead, so that ability does not exist. So I'm guessing that is why the universe that it's fast forwarded because of the ability, since the ability itself doesn't exist, will revert back to the original universe. Is that what happened here? Please let me know, because this part you see after Pucci, I guess Pucci dies here, we see this little universe thing, this little blue universe thing that we see here, and time kind of it starts. Yeah, the ant. I was so confused here. I did not understand what's going on here. The ant. There's like a little ant that falls down, and there's like multiple ants coming in. Okay, I think time is going back again, isn't it? Like the clouds are moving in the opposite direction. Yeah, I think so. Let me know. I'm pretty sure the time went back here, reverted back here after Pucci died, but I'm not 100% sure. So yeah, and however, since Pucci doesn't exist, a lot of things changed here, which we see. I think so. And that's what happened here. Like, I was really confused. I was like, what's going on? Did they go again to a new universe, or is this, did we come back to another universe? Like, I was under the impression they went to another universe, to the next universe or something. But no, what I think happened is that everything went back to normal again, and the time reverted back. And this is the same universe, you know, the universe that we came from. However, there's like a few different things happened here. Like, you know, everyone's fate is different because there's been a lot of changes in fate, and that's what's going on, I think. So this is not a new universe. It's the same universe. We just went back there, but the people there are a little bit different. That's it. It's the same souls. I think it's the same soul. That is Jolene's soul. That is Jotaro's soul. Like, that is Anasui's soul. However, their names are different. There's a few things that is different because I guess, you know, like, yeah, I think that's what happened. I'm not 100% sure, but let me know. So we see Emporio running behind a bus, and the bus comes to a stop, and we hear Hermes's voice, and she's like, "Oh, what the hell are you doing? Like, you know, like, why are you throwing me out? You know, like, my purse is like, you know, I don't have a change." And she comes out, and she's like, "Oh, what do you think? This is a fake money." You remember like how Emporio used to, Empress used to keep fake money. So yeah, this is like, she's like, "Oh, you think this is fake money? Obviously it's not fake money." She comes out, and I was thinking, like, what about their faces? Are they the same people? And we see Hermes's face, and we're like, yeah, this is the same Hermes. You know, it's the same Hermes. However, the names are different, and they're like, you know, like, their clothings and everything are different because they went through different, like, you know, like a different set of choices in their life. It's not the same set of choices here in this universe. Hermes's sister is alive, and that's why she never went to jail. That's why she's like a normal person here, like just traveling, I think. And she's like, "Oh, what the hell, you threw me out of the bus? You think that I'm running away from the prison because there's a prison beside of it?" Kind of funny because, you know, she in the other universe, she did try to run away from the prison, and that's why everyone was following, and the police and everything was on, like, you know, on top of them. But here is different, you know. She's not running away from prison. She's just normally just, you know, just having like a little journey. And she's like, "Oh my god, the next bus is in 2 hours. What I'm going to do?" And then we get to see Anakis. Anakis. And I love how Anakis's like, you know, like, dress is just. He's like, "Oh, my gas is all gone. Like, if you pay for my gas and meals, I'll take you anywhere." And he's like, "Oh, what about you, kid? Will you come with us?" And Hermes says, like, "My sister always said not to write with strangers." And there you go. That kind of proves her sister is alive. And it's starting to rain. And Anakis is like, "Oh, you see, rain is coming." And then Impu is like shocked, and there I was not expecting Jolene to also be here with Anakis, not Jolene, Irene. And she's like, "Oh, hop in, kid, we won't bite." And there you go. So this is the same Jolene or Irene, whatever. She's like, "I'm Irene, he's Anakis," and she says, "We are here to see my father." I was so confused there. I'm like, wait a minute, we are here going to see my father? Wait, in this world, are they like brother sisters or something? I was so confused here. But then I realized what she's trying to say. She's like, "Oh, we are going to see our father, my father, because, you know, like, blessings and all that. They're going to get married and all." I love Emporio's face here. He's like, just, and Irene is like, "This guy is my boyfriend." Thank, thank God. Thank God, Anasui in the previous episode, he or the episode before that, he at least asked for Jotaro's like permission or whatever, like. And you remember when Jolene said that, all right, you know what? Sure, if we survive this, I'll get married to you. So that's basically what's happening here. They, in a weird way, I guess you could say they survived it. But there you go. That's why she's keeping the promise. And Irene is like, who knows how father will react, but if he gives us our his best blessing, we might get married. Oh boy, finally Anasui or Anakis, whatever. He got his wish. Oh boy. And Hermes is like, oh damn. And it's so interesting to see, as Pucci said, like fate is determined by how gravity and how people meet each other. Every person who knew each other are meeting each other again, even though their circumstances are so different. Hermes didn't go to jail because her sister is fine. That's why she's just a normal person. Jolene did not go to jail because I guess she didn't have that guy Romeo as a boyfriend. Anakis didn't go to jail because I'm pretty sure he took some different choices in his life as well. Weather is also not in jail, and all these things. So if you think about it normally, in no way will they meet each other because all of them met each other in jail. All of them met each other in jail, and that is why they became these good friends. However, if they don't go to jail, how will they meet each other? If you think about it like that. However, we can see because of fate and because of gravity between people, they are meeting each other again. In some weird way, they're meeting each other. And the same thing is going to repeat. The process is different. The paths they're walking are different. However, the ending, like the junctions are all the same. It's like, there's like junctions here and there with important sections. For example, this junction is maybe all of them meeting each other, this junction. And maybe they came through this path instead of this path, which was the normal path we came through. This was the path we came through by getting captured and going to prison. However, now we are not going to prison. We're coming from this path, but we're meeting in the same place. We're meeting in the same junction. That junction is the same. That is, they're meeting each other. However, the paths are different. So if you think about it, then Pucci was correct. Like that there is a gravity between people, and and how fate determines it. And since fate is brought in by necessity, not randomly, fate is going to repeat itself. The path might be different, but we'll be meeting at the same place. The junctions are the same. The outcome will be the same. They will meet each other some way or the other. Even if they're not in jail, some way or the other they'll meet. And here we go. We see, in a very weird manner, the bus threw Hermes out in the same place where Anakis and Jolene was waiting. So that's why they met. This happened because of fate. And like in a weird, interesting way, Emporio also came here. Emporio is also here with them because Emporio was also with them. He also met them in the jail. And yeah, this is so interesting. And Hermes is like, oh, make a stop at Cape Canaveral. I'm not going to give you more than $10. And Irene is like, I don't know what Hermes's name is here. I'm just calling her Hermes. That's why. I'm pretty sure it's something else. But either way. And then Irene is like, oh, you're okay, kid. Gives her, sweater to him because he's, soaked. And another difference we can see, her Joe Star sign is not here, but here. Okay. And yeah, she covers him with the sweater, and she's like, oh, you're shaking. What's going on? Are you cold? And she's like, oh, come on. And Emporio is like crying, and he's like, my name is Emporio. And then the only person we were missing, Weather, like I said, different way we're coming, different paths we are going through, but the junctions are the same. The same people are meeting each other again. We meet Weather in the middle of the road, trying to hitchhike. And yeah, Anakis is like, no more, 2 is enough. But Jolene is like, oh, you said Storm is coming, stop the car, we can't leave him. And then yeah, they stop the car, and Weather goes towards the car, and that's where it ends. And they go towards Cape Canaveral. And so yeah, there you go. Yeah, so there's a few things, like I said, correct me if I'm wrong. After Pucci died, did time revert back to the previous universe? These are the same Jolene, same Jotaro, same Anasui. However, there's a few different things that happened. The path they took are different. However, the result is the same. It's the same soul. This is Jolene's soul is here. Anasui's soul is here. Even though if they're leading different lives and they've met each other in a different way, they're the same person. That's all that matters. It doesn't matter which path you took to come to a destination. The destination kind of matters here at this point. In this situation, at least. In this situation, the destination matters. They came to different parts of their life, not the same path they went through in the previous universe, but that doesn't matter here. What matters here is that they're together now. And so let me know. I'm guessing time reverted back. It went back to the same. But there's a few differences here, because I guess Pucci is not alive here, I think Pucci is not alive. I'm not sure about that. Okay, you know what? Let me think. Is Pucci alive here? He should be, shouldn't he? Like, not the old world Pucci is dead, but this renewed world Pucci, is he alive? He should be alive. But I guess maybe he took some different choices in his life as well. That is why he's not going to become this. Yeah, it must be, because we still don't have a complete background. Like, you know what? I think we'll be able to understand what happened to Pucci if we ask Weather. We've met Weather here. If you ask Weather and ask him that, oh, do you have a brother or something? If he says like, yeah, I have a brother, then you'll understand that whole thing never happened. That whole child swapping thing that they went through, that never happened. And if that doesn't happen, then Pucci won't become this crazy priest, obsessed with Dio. He won't become this priest who's obsessed with Dio. So if the baby was not swapped, then everything is fine. If he and Pucci are brothers and they know that, then everything will be fine. Like, I feel like if you ask Weather here, we'll understand what happened to Pucci. But obviously we don't know what's happened, because the episode ended here. So I don't think we'll ever get to know what happened to Pucci here. Is he like a good person here, or is he not? But yeah, that's the thing. That's where everything started, the baby swapping. That's where the whole Pucci saga started. If the baby was not swapped, everything would have been fine. Either way, yeah, there you go. That's what happened. And yeah, so that was really good. I really was not expecting an ending like this. And you know what? I'm very content with this, because these are not different people. These are the same Jolene, same Jotaro, same Anasui, same Hermes, same Weather that we know. Even though they are from this world, they have went through different paths in their life, they're still the same person. We need to keep that in mind. These are not different people. So I'm happy that these are the guys who we have spent so much time with. It's the same people here. Like, sometimes anime do something. I was thinking they're going to do that here, where it'll be like a completely different set of people with different set of souls. Something like that is going to happen, because that's the way it was going. That is the way that it was kind of proceeding. But now that I think about it, this is not a new universe. This is just so yeah, let me know. I'm pretty sure this is the same universe. We just reverted back in time. And if that's what happened, then I'm very content, because it is the same people that we spent our journey with. Like this 3 seasons that we spent, all the people we spent our journey with, this is the same amount, the same set of people. And in a very wholesome way, their situations are way better than it were. Like Jolene didn't fall in that problem with the traffic thing. She did not get caught and did not get put in prison, did not get put in that conspiracy. Hermes' sister is alive, and Anakis is fine. So all that stuff, everything is okay. They went through different took some different choices, and they are like this better people. But it's the same people we spend our 3 seasons with, and that's something that I'm very happy about. And Emporio also probably knows that. That's why he starts crying, because these are the same people he spent time with. It doesn't matter if they don't have any memories of him, it doesn't matter if Emporio has all the memories with them, they can start making new memories from here onwards. They met each other, and there you go. That's all that matters, and yeah, that's how it ended. And like I said, in a very interesting way, it's a very wholesome ending. Jolene, Pucci, and all of them that we knew, they're not alive anymore. But this world, people that are the same, the same people, they are alive, but they have different sets of memories. And yeah, I don't know how to explain it, but it's better. It ended in a way better way, and way wholesome way, more wholesome way than I expected it to. Because everyone was dead by the end of it, and I thought that's how it's going to end. Like everyone will die or something. But no, they're alive now, and it does have a proper explanation why they're alive, how they're alive, and they're better than ever. And they took some good decisions in their life, and yeah, they're way better people now in this world than they were. They don't have the memories though, but they're still the same people. They can make the same memories from here onwards, and that's where it ended. So after that, the end scene was kind of nice. We get like the first part we see is like Jonathan with his dog, and then the next part is Joseph and Caesar. That was there. That was the next part. And the next part was part 3, that is Jotaro and the crew, in the desert, we see them. And the next part was, I'm guessing, the next part was Morio City. Yeah, Josuke and the crew, that crossing. And obviously the next part was Jono and the crew, and obviously the final part is Jolene and all of them, and that's where it ended. Wow, that was so good. Okay, as far as I know, the next part, the name of season 7 is Steel Ball Run, I think. Let me check. JoJo Steel Ball Run. I doubt there is any. Yeah, Steel Ball Run, 7th story. I don't think there is any explanation as to when this is going to get an adaptation. I'm sure it will, hopefully in the future. So, and I've heard a lot of people say this part is the best part of JoJo. This Steel Ball Run, I've heard a lot of people praise this a lot and say this is like the best, one of the best, story arcs. So I'm looking forward to it when it gets adapted, and I'm sure it'll get adapted. I'm definitely sure. But either way, and that is it. That is how it ended. So this is the crazy part that I was very impressed with this season. Like up until now, I always thought when Pucci talked about like, oh, who is who is good, who is bad, why do people meet? All these questions when he asked, and he wants those answers, he said. That's why he wants to go to heaven. Up until now, I thought he meant it metaphorically. In a more philosophical way, he meant it. And he wants an answer in a more philosophical way. I thought about it like that. However, in this episode, we see what he said, he literally got those powers. That is not only him, but all the old humans, they got the powers of knowing what's going to happen when. Why do people meet? They all have the answers now. Who is good, who is bad? Why do people become good? Why? They have every answer now. It was not a metaphorical or like a philosophical way that he wanted the answers for. He literally wanted to know how people met each other and which people are bad. And by doing what he did, he got those answers, and he reached heaven. Like I always thought throughout this whole episode, what is he trying to do? What is he trying to accomplish by what he's doing? And he gave us the answers from the beginning. All he wanted to know was why people meet, what are the conditions? Why do people turn good and bad? He said that from the beginning, but up until now, I thought it was like a philosophical or metaphorical way he meant that. you know. But and I always kept thinking, like, what is his end goal? What does he want here, you know? Even though he just gave us the answers, what did he want? He gave that answers way ago, way long time ago. And I still wanted to, like, I was thinking, like, what does he want? But here in this episode, it makes it so clear that that is exactly what he wanted. He wanted to know how people meet each other. And I can understand what he's trying to say. He wants a world where people know, and knowing about all of this was going to definitely going to stop a lot of wars and everything. But at the same time, like I said, it also has its fair share of problems. People will be paranoid, you know. All the people who are not that strong from their heart, they will be paranoid completely. Not only that, wars will stop, I'm pretty sure, that happened in the old world. However, new ones will pop up. Who is to say that new wars won't come up? But I guess he did say that, you know, fate is not random. It's just follows the predetermined course. So if you think of it in that way, I guess new wars won't pop up. But however, as soon as you change fate, you know, it's going to go in a different direction. I don't know, like, and I don't want to think about that. That's like going into a whole new mess, a whole new, like, you know, like, brain thing you're going into. Because yeah, like, as he said, fate will go through the same thing. That is why he said, like, we'll know everything what's going to happen, and we'll be happier because of that. We can take preparations for it. But as soon as you change fate there by knowing what's going to happen, you will definitely going to do something that's going to change fate. If you do that, at that moment, fate will not start going through the same process that it went through, you know. It'll become random. Like, what did Pucci say? Pucci said that fate follows its course because of necessity, not because of chance. So if it follows necessity, as soon as we realize something bad is going to happen and we try to counteract it and stop it and go through a different process, and we are able to go past that thing, you know, like, for example, like, a war is going to happen. We know what's going to happen, so we go through a different process so the war never happens. Immediately, like, you know, the necessity and everything will change. The whole parameters will change, and we'll go through a different fate completely. It won't be predetermined after that point onwards. So that's what I'm thinking, you know, like, I'm thinking of that in that way. I understand what Pucci's saying, but if you do what Pucci's saying and try to change fate like that, then as soon as we change fate, immediately everything will become completely random, and it's not going to go through the predetermined course. But you know, that's like a whole different discussion, I feel like. Either way, yeah, I understand what he's saying, and it's crazy and how I realized what his goal is. Up until the very end, I still did not understand what his goal was. Here in this episode, everything is cleared up, and we literally see that he literally gave us the answers as to what he wants to do. But at least I didn't take it that way. I thought he's meaning it metaphorically or like philosophically, like, oh, why do people need this and that, you know. However, that's literally what he wanted, and we get to see that in this episode. So we knew what he wanted up until the end, but we didn't even think about it like that. And now in the ending episode, I understand that, yeah, this is what he wanted, and I do know what's going on. And yeah, like I said, the ending is very wholesome. I was not expecting an ending like this, because usually JoJo's endings are kind of bittersweet. Like, you know, happy things happen, a lot of people dies by the end of it, but this ending was such, like, so wholesome. You know, everyone is alive if you think about it like that, and you know, like, they're happy. They're happier than they were in their previous life. Like, this is what makes this ending so wholesome, is that usually what happens in JoJo is, like, they go through so many crazy stuff. Like, you know, 5 or 6 people from their group dies, 2 or 3 people are alive by the end of it, and they're the one who continues it, you know. Like, they went through a lot of crazy stuff, but by the end of it, it's a bittersweet ending. A lot of people we lost in the way, a lot of people are still alive, and they go for the better future. That's how it has gone through up until now. However, here what happened is, like, we lost, like, everyone, but then we got every one of them back, and the everyone who we got back are the same people we know. They have the same soul. They don't have the memories though, but we can make new memories. That's not the point here. You know, we've got the same set of people back. They're all alive and well. Not only that, their lives are way better than they used to be in the previous. So, like, everything is like perfect here. You know, like, there's like the perfect set of human beings here. Like, they it's like the best outcome you can try to get here. No one's dead. You know, everyone is alive. You know, they don't have the memories though, but it's fine. They can make memories, new memories. And the best thing is that their lives are way better than it were before in the old world. In this world, their lives are way better and it's going way more smoother. And that's what impresses me so much about this ending. And I'll say this here. I don't know what people, a lot of people might disagree, but at least the ending, the best ending is this part's ending. I'm going to say that here. Like I said, I feel like a lot of people might disagree on me, but at least the ending, this ending is way better and way wholesome and way, like, you know, amazing. Like I said, I'm a big fan of happy endings. And like, you know, I don't expect a happy ending from JoJo, at least, you know, like half of the people will die. I already I've accepted that. However, seeing an ending like this, I'm way more happy than I thought. I had no, like, you know, like no expectations for an ending like this. So I'll say this here: all the JoJos were good. You know, obviously, most of the JoJo, like, you know, like the seasons were really good and everything. The endings were bittersweet, but it was very, like, you know, like exciting, very good, and it had a very positive ending. However, this one's the best out of all of them. I'm going to say that here. And I don't care whatever people says or if people disagrees on me this, but ending for part 6 is the best ending. And I'm so glad that this happened. Anyways, that is it. I do know that Steel Ball Run, I think, features like completely new protagonists, I think. In no way are they related to the Joestars, I think. So it'll be interesting to see what happens over there. Hopefully we get a proper, like a quick adaptation. Either way, I've talked a lot. My throat is hurting. I'm going to stop now. So thank you for watching. One of the best endings I've ever seen. And yeah, that was amazing. Let me know your guys' opinion about this. So thank you for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button. Subscribe if you're new to the channel or you haven't subscribed. Comment down below. Anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know, and I'll check them out. That is it, guys. So thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next. Oh wait, this is the end. Sorry. I was going to say I'm going to see you guys in the next video, but yeah, this is the end. So yeah, the end. This is the end. I doubt any new animes will be replacing this because my schedule is kind of packed up. So for now, this slot will be empty. You know, I need a little bit of a break. So yeah, whenever I think of if I start a new anime, I'll talk about it later. But for now, yeah, this is the end. Thank you for watching. And yeah, this was a great journey, and oh boy, I'm so happy with this. So yeah, see you guys in the next video. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.